Hey guys, Stephanie Meyers here. Excuse the rain, I can't control the weather. I'm going to start on chapter 6 of the interview with Stephanie Meyers of Twilight Saga, the illustrated guide. Here we go. SH. Were you surprised about how much had really happened beforehand, Stephanie Meyers? Yeah, it just kept going on. I think, wow, this is taking a long time. That's where I finally ended, which was the last sentence of chapter 12, and I knew I had crossed the continent with railroad. This was with Gold Spike that I've been driving, all linked together, and in that moment of shock was when I thought, this is actually long enough to be considered a full-length book of some kind. SH. You really didn't even consider it a book until then? Stephanie Meyers. No. Laugh. No. I think I would have thought of it as a book. I would have never have finished it. I think I would halfway thought would have thought halfway in, you know, maybe I could make this into a book. Maybe I could do something with this. The pressure would have crushed me, and I would have given up. I'm really glad I didn't think of it that way. I'm glad I protected myself by keeping it about this personal story for me alone. SH. And were you thinking yourself as the reader the whole time? Yes. Well, I'm kind of shy, and I obviously had to get over that in a lot of ways. But the essential Stephanie would have, who is still in here, would have has a really hard time letting people read things she writes. Laugh. And there's a lot of enjoyment, which I'm sure you've experienced, in letting somebody read what you write. There's also a fear of it, and it's really a vulnerable position to put yourself in. SH. I was creative writing in class once, and the teacher asked us if we would stand in a stranded on a desert island, what two books would we take? And the one of the books I chose was a notebook, an empty notebook, so I could write stories. And there was a classmate that said, if you were on a desert island by yourself, you'd write stories. And I thought, why are you in this class? She laughs, because if its only purpose is to have you writing for someone else to read them, then why would you do this? It didn't make sense to me, but there's something extraordinary about writing for yourself and then sharing that. I never thought of a desert island story, but that would be perfect writing conditions as far as I'm concerned. That would be great. I wouldn't I wouldn't want a spiral notebook though. I'd want a laptop. Typing is so much better, and I can't read my own handwriting half the time. So you started immediately on the computer when you started writing this? Yeah. Now how long was it till the draft you wrote down in the dream until you finished the first draft? I wrote the dream down on June 2nd, and I had it all marked on the calendar the first day of summer diet, first day of swimming lessons. It's kind of funny, you know, exactly what day you start becoming a writer, and finish it around my brother's wedding, which was, and he just had his anniversary on the 29th of August. So this was done in less than 3 months, just pouring out words. Yeah, it's kind of funny how exactly on what day you became a writer. So the story was going through my head all day long, even when you weren't writing. Even when I was asleep, even when I was awake, I couldn't hold a conversation with people. All my friends just thought I dropped them because I lived in my own little world the whole summer. For a whole summer. But there I was in a really hot, muggy, nasty summer, and then I'd look back on it later, and it seemed like I spent the whole summer in a cool, green place, because that's how distracted my brain was from what was really going on. I wasn't there, which is sad. Laugh. I was physically there for my kids, took care of them, and had little ones on my leg and one on my lap most of the time I was writing. Luckily, the TV was behind me. Laugh. So they could lean on my shoulder, watch Blue's Clues while I was typing. But I really, but I don't think you can keep up with that kind of con- content effort for me more than a summer. Then you have to find balance eventually. You have to come up for air. Yeah, you did. You're a busy mom. How did you? You're a busy mom. Every moment of the day, three little kids is occupied.